Alright, this is a different setup than I normally have. Got the laptop here on a covered box with, well, entertainment, comic book stuff. Kind of decided to go over and pick up all the military history stuff, air wars and other poems, like Chuck Dixon, BG, USA, retired. He was a brigadier general. So, collecting books, collecting things. Like everything that I have was supposed to be a conversation starter. Like I don't need all this stuff, just one thing to have a conversation about. So we have the Pearl Harbor and the U.S. Arizona Memorial. Oh, it's signed by somebody. The recommissioning of the USS New Jersey, BB-62. This one was very interesting. One of the very first things I collected over 2 years ago now. I think it was over 2 years ago. It says vintage used 12, 18, 20. This is very dear to my heart. See, when at the beginning of this, the city on the Utah-Arizona border, Wendover, apparently it really wasn't a thing. Started out as some tents for this makeshift air bomber group. Oh, this is a third series of 4 volumes. This is editor's preface. This is the third in a series of 4 volumes being issued by the 306th Bomb Group Association to provide its membership with more detailed information about the activities of the 4 combat squadrons of the 306th Bomb Group. The 4 diaries were prepared between 1942 and 1945 by the several intelligence officers assigned to the squadrons. In this volume, 3 men actually did the writing at various times, which accounts for the diversity in grammar and approach to the subject at hand. These diaries deal in large measure with the combat phase of squadron life, but may frequently include other aspects of events at Thurleigh, Bedfordshire, England, the home of the 306 Bombardment Group from early September 1942 and continuing until long after the end of hostilities in Europe, as the 306 and 305th groups were charged with the aerial mapping of Europe and North Africa. The very first entry, March 15th, 3031. The history of the 423rd Bomb Squadron H of the 306 Bomb Group should start with the activation of 18 March 1942 at Salt Lake City, Utah, of the 34th Reconnaissance Squadron. On that date, 5 officers and 7 enlisted men were given orders, making them the nucleus of what later was to become a full bomber squadron. April 1 through 15. The 34th Reconnaissance Squadron moved with the rest of the 306 Bomb Group to Wendover Air Base, Utah, on the 1st of this month. At their new base, they found conditions formidable, to say the least. Wendover, later referred to by Bob Hope as Leftover, had been the bombing target for Salt Lake City. Wendover was located on the edge of the Salt Flats, about 120 miles from Utah's capital. It was a new base, and there were only a very few buildings erected. F-22 did air dominance, allies and adversaries. So a book on the various fighter jets. what amazing and different world. What a different world. Anyway, I've never been much of an air person. I don't even know ships that well. Here we have To Fly and Fight, Memoirs of a Triple Ace, Colonel Clarence E. Bud Anderson. Is this somebody's autobiography or biography? It's even signed. Pick this one up. I think I got this at Goodwill. It's like a boot camp. It's like a boot camp thing for Army soldiers. Oh, Army physical fitness test. The APFT consists of the following: 1. Push-ups, 2. Sit-ups, 3. 2-mile run. Oh, almost the same thing as us. The events are performed in that order on the same day. Soldiers are allowed a minimum of 10 minutes and a maximum of 20 minutes rest between events. All 3 events must be completed within 2 hours. Anyway, somebody's old boot camp book. I don't know, this one should be older. Oh, the forts. This one is Seacoast Fortifications of the United States, an introductory history. And here we have Department of the Navy, United States of America. At close quarters, PT boats in the United States Navy. At Bulkley. Rain Bay and Tallahassee. Early in March, PTs from Dagger Harbor were active in the waters off northwest New Britain. Where's New Britain? Patrolling as far as Cape Holloman on the northern tip of Walloomez Peninsula. They landed scouts on Gyro Island, 50 miles to the north of New Britain, and helped prepare for landings on the Walloomez Peninsula by putting scouts ashore at Cape Chelong on the night of March 2 to 3, picking them up the following night. Oh, Aleutian Islands. Yeah, interesting. I have a postcard with who is it? Oh yeah, these paintings. And it's General Sherman. And he's riding a horse and everything is in flame. And just the quote is "War is hell." And it looks cool. Oh, I read the more full quote later on. About 15 years after the war, he was watching graduates of the military academy. He started like raging at them. The young men think it's all fun. And in some ways, so this is History of United States Ships Named Portland. Well, the wind is rustling. I have some screens that aren't on the outside of this house I live in, which I don't own. And well, I wonder how many of the landlord's tenants are actually paying rent. Hmm. Interesting. Wonder if they have the Portland dry docked anywhere. Oh, what fun! What fun festivities! Military to civilian resumes and letters. Hmm. Does it have like list your social media accounts on here? Maybe. I don't know if that goes in the history pile or not. We have this one. Welcome to Afghanistan. From Silicon Valley to Northern Virginia, Jay Buckner has been involved in technology marketing for more than 2 decades. He served as director of the first U.S. aid-sponsored agriculture fair in Herat, Afghanistan. In his spare time, this native of Brooklyn has written a number of plays and received recognition in the one-act play contest of the Actors Theater of Louisville. Several of his plays have enjoyed limited productions off-Broadway in New York as well as Hollywood. In other lives, he was a National Park Ranger and a lifeguard at Rockaway, Queens. Jay now lives in the Blue Ridge Mountains of Virginia to be near his children and grandchildren. Chesapeake, his adorable Portuguese wonder dog, is his delightful companion, freely offering humor and perspective. Well, it's definitely history. I'm currently about 3/4 of the way through Gary Buechler's waiting for Neurotic, and then after I do that, I might finish the lore. But these small ones, like this looks like it's worth to be on next on my reading list. Do I read all the books? No, I collect them and save them. But you never know. Might have a Everybody Loves Raymond fan come stopping by. Episode 181, Jazz Records. Phil, here's Ray cracking up during a take. You can't see Brad's face, but how it usually happens is Ray makes with the funny, Brad tries to hold on, loses, Ray laughs at Brad. Rinse, repeat. We have a gag reel that we run at the Warp Party every year, and it's filled with all our bloopers like this. We'll even do takes just for the gag reel. Anyone from the outside who comes to our rap party usually thinks that we think we're hilarious. It's a collector's souvenir. It's a lot of episodes. No chatters. No chatters. What is in this bag? I buy stuff so fast, and I've actually been really good. I've been really good. There was a time when I would shop at these thrift stores every day, maybe twice a day. I would be hauling stuff up down the street like a hermit crab or something. What surprises? Network marketing secrets. Huh. The 3 Lost Funnels. The NFL Club. No Friends Left Club. Oh. It's a nice little picture. It's written in a fun way. Oh, Garrison Keillor, Never Better. Stories from Lake Woebegone. To tell you the truth, I've recently stopped attending the church I was attending. I just had such of a breakdown where I want to do more studying. I'd like to do more studying, and some of the people there, well, it's actually one person. It's when you get that one church friend who, well, let me put this one back. See, I have Downton Abbey. Factoid about Downton Abbey. A little book on the. Do you remember when the Grumpy Cat was a big thing? Apparently, Grumpy Cat was marketing was like $100,000 a year. $100,000 a year. They had like all sorts of things with Grumpy Cat. So Memorial Day, memory days. It's kind of like one of my favorite pieces of art I collected. Greenbrier International, Chesapeake, Virginia. Hey, didn't we just referring to Chesapeake? Yeah, I had this down and I got hole poked in it. Still. So I think it's one of the first times on YouTube that I've come into this room. Ooh. The Marriage Trap. Got The Marriage Trap. Sometimes I just get stuff because it looks interesting. The Assassins. This is by the Left Behind people. In the most explosive episode yet in the continuing drama of Those Left Behind, the Tribulation Force hurtles toward the 4 murders foretold in prophecy. Antichrist himself is prophesied to suffer a lethal head wound. As a supernatural horde of 200 million demonic horsemen slays a third of the remaining population, the Tribulation Force prepares for a future as fugitives. Yet another Force member dies, and others join as crises draw them around the globe. Now here is pretty good. Like Kirk Cameron, left mainstream Hollywood to work in that community. Sexy billionaire seeks a Fox fiance, but what's it worth without love? Ooh, The Sexy Billionaire. It's by Jennifer Probst, New York Times and USA Today's best-selling author of The Marriage Bargain. Wait, this is a series? The Marriage Bargain and The Marriage Trap? To satisfy his late father's wishes, hot and single billionaire Michael Conte must find a bride. Someone who will fit into his traditional family back home in Italy, and fast. So his engaged sister will be allowed to wed. With no intention of being tied down, Michael hatches a plan and proposes to fiery, free-spirited photographer Maggie Ryan. If she will play the part of his fiancée during her trip to Milan for a photo shoot, he will keep away from her married best friend, Alexa, and stop making Maggie nuts with her too-close-for-comfort flirtations. Maggie and Alexa. There's a movie called What Women Want. Wait, was that Mel Gibson or Jack Nicholson? Anyway, I guess they want sexy billionaires. It's like straight out of how do you know you're not a side character? You know NPCs. A lot of people relate to NPCs. Some of the kids and the video game players. It takes a while to figure out what an NPC is. It's like these little background characters of the video game. Well, there's also in a literary world a character in somebody else's life. Let's see. There's another book I have around here. Because I was trying to focus on this pile of the military books. And stuff. Oh my goodness. Calendar. Let the planning begin. I'll show you. You want to see my calendar? It's pretty much all empty. Productivity. May. Okay, and this year 2004. It looks like Memorial Day was on the 27th. So yeah, it's the Monday. Last Monday in May. This is my Farmer's Almanac planner. Well, let's see, what did it say last year was? Let's see an old one. So, 26, Memorial Day observed. They had a new moon that day. The Majestic. See, like I said, I get the gifts for people. This is for Jim or John. Oh, another planner. This seems such a waste of resources. Is it? Well, these are props for like Mind Walk. That's why we're not successful. The tastes are cringe. Cringe and boring. What are all these day planners for? This is like some Descartes stuff. Six American plays. Supposed to have a section around here for books that are plays. We have Toys in the Attic by Lillian Hellman. The Tenth Man, Patty Chayefsky. Sunrise at Campobello, Dore Sherry. Ramino Real, Tennessee Williams. A Raisin in the Sun, Lorraine Hansberry. The Dark at the Top of the Stairs, William Ing. So I put this one over here and slowly guide around the room finding the other plays. Guidebook. Tourist Guide of Michelin. Germany and West Germany and Berlin. That's what I find fascinating. I find it really fascinating the concept of Michelin. See, my cousin, one more, he beat the Marriage Trap. Yeah. So anyway, he is my cousin's husband is a Goodyear man. But the thought of people truckers with Michelin tires driving around the world and journaling about it. There's a stereotype that truckers aren't smart people, isn't there? Ingolstadt, Bavaria. Once famous for its university, 1472 to 1800, Ingolstadt became, in the 19th, one of the most powerful strongholds of Europe. Today is an active Danubian town with a motor car factory and 4 oil refineries supplied by 3 pipelines. I wonder if it still is that way. Something about the industrial centers. Maybe if they run it really, really well. This is, 1986. 1986. How long ago is that? '96, 06, 16. 40 years ago. So this is how things were. The descriptions. They don't have pictures. They don't have like pictures the way they have drawings. Drawings and sketches. Be like an archaeologist using his guidebook to go around Germany. See how these maps have changed. I was on Google Maps the other day, just looking. This is, Fort Clapp. Fort Clapp stops. Redwood, okay. There's a couple little books. Collector's issues. A story behind the scenery. Never heard of Fort Clapp stop. I don't know. They seem to be recreating the pictures. That's what's funny about time. See, reading this picture book, I can't tell if they're recreating like history, or they're reenactors, or if they're inventing history. December 8th, 1805. We having fixed on this situation as the one best calculated for our winter quarters, my principal object is to look out a place to make lull. Like the route that the men out hunting might find the direction to the fort and see the probability of game in that direction. Oh, I have one of these. I had my compass in it. I had my compass and thing out the other day. Very similar. Anyway, people just want to go exploring and be in nature. I'll put this one over here since that's not really the kind of military history I was looking for. Okay. Give me a few minutes here. It's one of the conundrums when I turn on the camera, because I was doing so productive earlier. Oh, here's another one. Waiting for Godot. That was during lockdown. Oh my goodness. I remember when I had people, I could like sign on and talk to people. Now they're all gone. Yeah, I don't know what the view is on that. Don't see my laptop screen. I have to turn that around. But this is what we call getting out of hand. Looks like. When I first moved in here, there was like a TikTok video. I think it's a TikTok video when I had a mat and I was doing like exercises. There was nothing in this place. It was just so. It was so empty. And so I was in like a good place for couch and shelves. And then I started making phone calls. Anyway, my whatever mother-in-law, stepmother, whatever she is, her solution for everything is to spend money. It's like constant pressure to keep spending. It's like, wait, didn't we do that stuff together? And again, these politicians. That's what it is when you come from a political family. It's like somebody who could perfect people. Perfect people. Now, where is my collection? Oops. Let me turn this microphone around so it can actually pick me up. It might have just been mumbles. And I can actually get a better view. There's my writing table. I think in the time I've been here, I've used it maybe 2 or 3 times. This is where I have the brain farts. Because I just don't know where to begin. Everything in here is like some memory. That smells weird. Just picking that up, I got like a bunch of dust. Mini mouse. Electronic stuff. Oh, another Dollar map. I wonder what this one's. In Colorado. I have like 2 other of these things. Very interesting. Of course, it's only interesting to me, and anybody else should be interested in interesting. What are you? Ooh, ooh. This thing? I have like 2 of these. They're just decorative. Let's see. It's interesting. And this prism to be a staple of kids' scientific curiosity. I was gonna go do laundry and then I turned around because I figured cleaning was more of appropriate. I have my blankets I haven't washed well, have I ever washed them? So where can we? Oops. You like my legs? This is a bag of stuff that I just didn't find a place for. Birmingham City buses, or this is a little Avenger thing. Birmingham City buses, British Railroads, Loco Shed book. The New Republic. The Last Madness of Jack Ruby. What year is this? I'm saving my appetite for probably I'm gonna DoorDash. Do something special for Memorial Day. So we have selected poetry and letters from Byron. Oh, it has a Harvard bookstore in it. Cambridge, Massachusetts. What year? It says 3:37 p.m. 10/1/3. So is that October 1st, 2003? And thus they plod in sluggish misery, rotting from sire to son and age to age, proud of their trampled nature, and so die, bequeathing their hereditary rage to the new race of inborn slaves who wage war for their chains, and rather than be free, bleed gladiator-like and still engage within the same arena where they see their fellows fall before like leaves of the same tree. So Byron, what did they know? What do people like that know? Here's a little Bomba, the Jungle Boy in the land of burning lava. What year would this be? Copyright 1936. Oh, they have a lot of Bomba. Books for Boys by Rory Rockwood. The Bomba books. Bomba the Jungle Boy. Bomba the Jungle Boy at the Moving Mountain. Bomba the Jungle Boy at the Giant Cataract. Bomba the Jungle Boy on Jaguar Island. Bomba the Jungle Boy in the Abandoned City. Bomba the Jungle Boy on Terror Trail. Bomba the Jungle Boy in the Swamp of Death. Bomba the Jungle Boy among the slaves. Bomba the Jungle Boy on the Underground River. Bomba the Jungle Boy and the Lost Explorers. Bomba the Jungle Boy in a Strange Land. Bomba the Jungle Boy among the Pygmies. Bomba the Jungle Boy and the Cannibals. Bomba the Jungle Boy and the Painted Hunters. Bomba the Jungle Boy and the River Demons. Bomba the Jungle Boy and the Hostile Chieftain. Bomba the Jungle Boy trapped by the cyclone. Bomba the Jungle Boy in the land of burning lava. I have a section that is not too well put together of books along that character. Old books. Uncle Wiggily and the Apple Dumpling. Oh. And this is one that's copyrighted. It's like it has the Roman numerals. Can you believe all I wanted to do was play? $150 solitaire games. Ooh, here's August Wilson. So, did I have another... Well, anyway, trying to find a place for plays. Air traffic control at Birmingham International Airport. Air display. I just don't know what to do with all this stuff. Would you like to see my library if I can pull it closer? I'm not going to try to pull it closer right now. Just so disheartened. Very, very disheartened right now. So I was walking down and made about like half a block and I decided to turn around. I was also thinking, because on my way I was going to stop at a round table. I haven't eaten much. Then again, that's a problem like that's so common. I wonder if eating just makes us more hungry. Yeah, I went 7 days. And in that 7 days I had some popcorn and a steak and potatoes. It was interesting. See, life according to my cell phone. It's been Ramadan like for a while. I think this is the end of whatever. Now I don't understand all the different various religions. It's just on my calendar because I had been over there for so long. Maybe it's intentionally trick us and stuff. But then I think my family all converted to a new religion. They seem to tend to do that a lot. They'll explain why I haven't like Christmas is over. All these holidays that I grew up with, just trying to hold on and force new people to you know, not forcing them, just they don't like seeing whatever it is. Oh, Fort Jones Cemetery District. Oh, Johnson. Oh, Catholic West. Catholic East. See, out in Salt Lake, the Johnsons are a different denomination. Oh, OIF, International Order of Oddfellows Cemetery. A lot of bills. Yeah, like a directory to visit like people in cemeteries. It's kind of macabre, isn't it? Ooh, William Montgomery Clemens, North and South Carolina marriage records. I recently run into a thing doing trying to do research that in California marriage records are private now. It's like I just want to know if Alexa's married, Maggie. I didn't know that Alexi's married. I mean, that's why I was so uncomfortable at the wine place. Is that why I made everybody so uncomfortable? They thought I was like hitting on Alexi. Mm-hmm. Oh, these are just like, what years are these? Oh, they have Robison. Robison, Matthew, and Mary Hicks. 21 January 1794, Mecklenburg County, North Carolina. Roden, Judy and Irwin Baggett, 11 June 1818, Mecklenburg County, or Co. Oh, this is so Rosenbaum. So John Stecker, it says Roe, Magdalene and John Stecker, 18 November 1800. So interesting that conventions. So is it Magdalene Rowe. Let me go see. Let me look at S's. Let's see the S's. Stecker. Stecker, John and Magdalene Rowe. Okay. So they 18 November 1800. So it's the same people. Each person gets their own entry. Yeah, it's like the thing where it was just taken for granted where I grew up at, that when a woman gets married, that she takes her husband's last name. So it'd be like Magdalene Stecker, or would it be John Rowe? Anyway, we know those two got married a long time ago. Ooh, the rivals. Aristotle's. I have a book, Alistair's America, and it's kind of interesting. It's written in a kind of a Howard Zinn-esque, where a great deal of it makes fun of Americanisms. And there was a section there talking about Catherine the Great invited Germans to move to Russia, Rusians. But they call themselves, the author seems to go back and forth also. Apparently Catherine the Great wanted Germans to move to Russia to increase the farm work. They apparently are very, very well known as farmers. So somehow from Russia they migrate into the plains in Kansas and become wheat farmers. And so you just talk about this character of these German farmers. Apparently, when the German farmers came, that was like the introduction of nuclear family in the continental America. So I don't know. It was such a mixed family and different ideas. Put this. Where can I put this? Where you can kind of take a gander at what I'm attempting to do. I haven't opened this. I buy these little games. I buy these little knickknacks, but almost everything was a gift. A gift that no one wants to receive. Probably a good measure. Oh my goodness. Look, it's my playbill for Jesus Christ Superstar. It was one of the times I was trying to get away from the endless cycle of bars and drinking and trying to be, well, sophisticated. Oh, here's that play I was talking about. The August Wilson. Maybe I wasn't talking about it. The Rivals. And Sheridan. Isn't Sheridan one of those Civil War generals? So these are two plays. Put these over here and hope to find other playbooks to put with them. Ooh, a little State of the World Atlas, and I have a collection of atlases. Seems like there's always a need for a new one as the world changes. I have these big atlases, and they show Cincinnati, the industrial belt, the industrial part of the United States, heavy manufacturing. The aerial shot of it is kind of horrendous. Oh, here's some sheet work. Come My Dark-Eyed One. Music by Julian Wagner. Libretto by Marie-Eve Munger. And it's even signed down here in the corner. here's more artwork. Pick that up for like $1 at a place. Here's some more art I've collected from the used stores. Oh, they have a phone number in here. Anyway, Tarahumara, Indian Boy. Painting by Utiquio Valdez, Tiquio, of Mazatlan, Sinaloa, Mexico. Purchased December 2015. Hey, what year was that movie Y Tu Mama Tambien? What year was that movie Y Tu Mama Tambien? There's a character in there who is like the son of a politician. They're having a movement of indigenous pride, so he gave his son an Indian sounding name. Ooh, Baltimore, the USS Baltimore. This would have been somebody's like their certificates would have gone in here. That can go in the military history pile. Pictures of what? Oh, San Francisco Chronicle. Oh, Destination Bill. Okay, this is another one. This thing right here was a ship. It was a Liberty ship during World War II or something. And they recommissioned it to let the old crew sail it one more time on a thing. Oh. Science. My uncle got me a set of these one time. They wanted me to be like the engineer of the family. So he got these science books. Unfortunately, the science books really didn't tell me about how to buy a home. It takes a different type of thing. Okay, got history, local history book. Ooh, Rosencreutz and Guildenstein. Rosencreutz and Guildenstein are dead. So, slowly gathering up the plays. Oh, here's William Shakespeare, Macbeth. So there's another play. It's really interesting as I was studying Shakespeare because we have this thing of fiction. Fiction implies it's a made-up story. A lot of fiction authors will tell you that they have to put that disclaimer in about changing names and just similarities or just coincidence. Back in Shakespeare's days, I would imagine that if people want to know what was going on in the royal household and their leadership, they probably would have gone and seen the play. Like, what's wrong? What's wrong with the prince? What's going on? Why are they crazy? Why are they crazy? Oh, here's a military history of the Civil War. Sherman proposed to march with about 20,000 men from Vicksburg to Meridian, whilst General Soy Smith was to move the strong cavalry force simultaneously from Memphis and break up the Mobile and Ohio Railroad southward from Corinth, and then join Sherman at Meridian. There was a Confederate force in Mississippi under command of Polk, but it was not strong enough to cope single-handed with Sherman's army, and the Confederate commander at Dalton was prevented from marching to Polk's aid by the consideration that Thomas at Chattanooga would then have a clear course to Atlanta. Consequently, Sherman himself encountered no opposition. He reached Meridian on February 14th and completely destroyed the railroads in the neighborhood. Smith, however, was not so fortunate. Before he could carry out his share of the work, he had to reckon with Forrest, the ablest cavalry commander in the West. He was badly beaten and driven back into Memphis. In March, 3 of Sherman's divisions were detached for service under Banks in the Red River expedition. This expedition calls for notice as being the last directed by Halleck in his capacity as General-in-Chief of the Federal Armies. After the fall of Vicksburg and Port Hudson, Grant, Banks, and Admiral Farragut were all in favor of combined movement of the land and naval forces against Mobile as an effective diversion which might aid Rosecrans in his campaign against Bragg. Yep, definitely going in the military pile. Zen and the martial arts. Oh, Joseph in the amazing colored dreamcoat. Where did I put that? Where did I put that thing with the souvenir from Jesus Christ Superstar? Did you see where I put it? That's what you call losing your marbles. You got calculator's cunning. Where'd my math books go? John Grisham. It's well worth a read. I've read 2 John Grisham's books. The Partner, and this is like a three novels. I don't know the definition of how many pages it has to be. They're good stories. And a little, like, if I want to learn whatever language that is. Hey, for 10 cents, I get a lot of these things for 10 cents. Oh, Thrifty Green Stamps. A red book. First book in Italian. Covello and Kyokobe. Che bella chiese vi sono in questa città. Nella mia città non abbiamo delle chiese così belle. What if it was made up? Somebody was talking about whoever started bringing back Latin or started teaching Latin. Oh my goodness. I did get an Encyclopedia Britannica. I was reading it. They used to have, somebody was talking about door salesmen. People used to sell these things. And it was pricey, very expensive. There's a thing about the culture that I want to say pretentious. People want their children to be educated and well, is this real? You know how much sacrifice of resources and time and everything went to making these? Isn't it kind of interesting to think about? This is Textiles Duvasc. University of Chicago. New survey of universal knowledge. Oh, copyright 1929. The last copyright on here is 1944. Initial names of contributors in volume 22 with the articles written by them. Interesting. Persian embroidered. Persian embroidered hanging of the 19th century. Hanging for a niche. Field olive brown, spandrels, white, broad border, dark blue, 3 narrow borders, red, grounds, white, and blue, all woven separately and sewed together. The decoration consists of many colored pieces of woolen cloth set into the ground, outlined and connected to form patterns by chain stitching and silk thread. It is backed with printed cotton. You wonder if they have stories? Do these tell a story? What kind of story do you think that would tell? Is it Indiana Palantir or bed cover? I see birds, vines, those peacocks or... Hmm. What's this? Talikman, a town of Algeria, the capital of an arrondissement in the department of Oran, near the frontier of Morocco. 68 mile by road, 102 by rail, southwest of Oran. Population 1936, 26,384, including 8,390 Europeans. It stands 22,500 foot above the sea on the north slope of the Lala Seta Hills, which rise to a height of 4,000 feet. The railway from Oran runs from Tlemcen to Oujda and as far as Fez. Another line links Tlemcen to the port of Benisaf, but although colonization prospers in the neighborhood, Tlemcen has lost its importance. The old capital has become a sub-prefecture. The various quarters are grouped around the principal mosque. The Jewish to the southeast, the Moorish to the southeast, the Jewish to the southwest, the Moorish to the southeast, that of the merchants to the northeast, while the new town with the civic buildings lies to the northwest. Of the 64 mosques which existed at the period of the French conquest, several have disappeared. The Great Mosque, Jama' el-Kabir, has a brick minaret 112 feet high, adorned with marble columns. The mosque was built in AD 1136 to replace a much older building. The Mosque of Sidi Ahmed Bel Hassan, usually called Abu Hassan, built AD 1298, now transformed into a museum of antiquities, has two series of arches which rest on alabaster pillars. The courts are ornamented by sculptures of great beauty and richness. These descriptions. No pictures. These such places exist. Oh, interesting. So that's what it looks like. Well, many interesting questions about products. Tobacco plant, Nicotina tabacum, flowering branch. Yeah, I still have no chatters. That's fine. I think my stuff's being routed someplace else. It's a bad thing. It's a bad thing what we've done. Well, maybe it's a good thing. Because nobody really talks to me. It's like one of those things, stuff I like to talk about is this. And that. Which bookshelf should we go to? See, my cord is at its length from the laptop. Oh my goodness. Okay, might as well get up and go here. I need to turn off this live stream since really just is slowing me down from doing the hard thinking. But here we go. Warriors of God, Macmillan Bible Atlas, Graphic Bible, Scientia Quadrivium. I had a Trivium. Unfortunately, the person who said they'd mail it didn't. Next time I go Barnes & Noble, I'm going to try to pick up the 2 copies. Apparently this is a 4-volume set. Then we have The Way of the Peaceful Warrior, Dongwon and the Art of Sexual Energy, Eckhart Tolle, A New Earth, The Spirit of Aikido, Tai Chi. Oh, how did those get there? Ooh, Taming Your Gremlin. Sophie Burnham, Book of Angels, Angel Tech. Oh, I got the Angel Tech so long ago. The Dancing Movie Masters, The Art of Virtue, Reformed, Turn Reformers, Songs of the Siskiyous, The Time Paradox, Behavior Modification of Mentally Retarded. Well, as you can see, this big collection. I have a bigger version, more commentary of the Bhagavad Gita, and this the Krishna thing. Kundalini, Secrets Men Keep, Buddhist Texts through the Ages, the Numerati, The Reign of Wisdom, Cold Tai Ching, Influence, Psychology of Persuasion, Healthy Living, Edible Plants, Cybernetics, NLP, Patterns of Hypnotic Techniques, House of Magic, Essential Esoteric, Herbal Magic, Plant Chemiculture, The Sixth Book, Iron John, Maximize Your Life, The Art of Seduction, Caro's Book of Poker Tells. Getting very, very lightheaded right here. So much art. Just the things we would have talked about. That's one of the things that's driven me absolutely bonkers over the past, well, it started a decade ago, over a decade ago. Just the 5 years. Let's see, May, June. Yeah, it'll be 5 years. It's almost 5 years that I came back home, found myself completely ostracized. It's like instead of talking about things, stuff we like, or memories, favorite vacations, just every time they come around, it's to stand up and point fingers and whatever. So that's all we have today. I might be back on. I've got to go sit down and getting lightheaded. Thinking of doing more fasting, because then I can actually fit in more. I button my stuff.